All right, well, welcome to this segment of the Public Show. Today is Thursday, and every Thursday we focus on SMEs and businesses, and today we're focusing on, of course, mambo ya kukula ni muhimu sana, and it's something that it's becoming a craze everywhere. It's all about the business of cakes. So we're celebrating a birthday, an anniversary, you're at an event, you want to have the best cakes, and we've assembled some cakes here that we are no doubt going to eat and eat well. If you want to talk to us, the hashtag to use is for breakfast on Twitter, and the SMS number is 22422. Kama dawa tuko pale na Street Disciple pia akisikia mama chakula hawezi wachwa nyuma.
Lazima tunatokelezea hiyo design. Leo ni mashughuli tu ni mautamu venye inafaa. Tuone inaendeleaje. Kuna wasenyo wameamua mambo na keki lazima ikuwe inatumika ka entrepreneurial venture, inaleta in cash, na at the same time wase wanazidi kufyamba na wanazidi kuchrome hiyo design.
Wanazidi kuchrome. All right, and of course we'll introduce the guests a little bit later on, and we'll start all the way from Miss Fine. Thank you, Apo Krigongaro.
All right, thank you, Willis. And like you said, yes, this morning we're focusing on the business of cakes, trying to understand whether it makes sense. Every, I think, 2 steps you find a bakery now in Nairobi, and it looks like it's a good business. And here with me, I am joined by Phyllis Warugoro of Female Bakers, together with Gilbert Moody of Moody Enterprises. Very good morning to both of you for coming. Really appreciate. Maybe Phyllis, we can start by getting to know when you started baking, why, when did you decide to make it a business?
I started baking. My name is Phyllis. Yes. I started baking when I was a small girl. I was 6 years old. And now I ventured into business of cakes around 2010, and I've been baking all through, and it is a good business for me. Okay. Yeah.
Gilbert, for you, I mean, it's considered a female-dominated, industry, quote unquote, seeing as you're in the kitchen, and then you're also, preparing stuff that women love, it being cakes. So you expect a woman to be the one who's baking. Why did you go into it? When and why?
I've been baking since I was young, as a hobby, and over time I found the hobby was bringing money, so I made it serious. Okay.
Yeah. So were you, and it's to both of you, formal employment then, got into baking, or was it baking, now let's do this? Maybe can start with you?
Oh, like me, I was employed by my hubby. I was in a hostel. Okay. So, but then I just started baking. Okay, you
told him, okay, let me do my own thing now. All right, what about you, Gilbert?
I think I'd always wanted to get into the food industry, even though I did not study my first course was not on that. Yes. And so when somebody challenged me, you only live once. That's true. So do what is in your passion. True, and that's true. And the passion is paying you. Yeah. Okay. So that's what I did.
Willis, maybe we can get to know that side.
We're joined by Abby, and she's going to also tell us more about it. And the gentleman over here is going to introduce himself all the way from Joy Bells. Introduce Kakosio Gope. Gunza amefanya mute.
My name is Julius Kirago. Mfanya kazi Joy Bells Cake Center. Hii ni Katare. Kwangu si ati ni job wa nini. Hii ni Katare. Kwa sababu nilipoingia Joy Bells tulipata ashaanza sasa job. So mimi kuingia pale sasa mimi nikushow kize talent yangu na side yo kazi tufanyaga. Yeah.
And what about you, Abby, as I taste a bit of the cake, because it's already melting?
Yes.
Let it be known that there is a tray there, right, with a knife. We shall get there. Okay. Don't jump the car.
Oh yeah, so me, I started baking at a tender age of 9 years. My mother was a baker. Yeah, she liked baking just at home for us on Saturdays. We used to look forward to that, so I'd help her a lot. So I started baking at the age of 9, and later on when I got to high school, I got interested in the subject that we used to call foods and nutrition. In our days, there's no home economics, there's foods and nutrition. And I want to thank God for my parents who paid extra money so that I do foods and nutrition at Lemuru Girls and the Kenya High School for A levels. Then I wanted to go into Utalii and just do foods and so on, but my father, being such a believer in university education, insisted that I go on. So I went to Kenyatta University KU, and I studied education in home economics. I've been a teacher for the last 30 years, teaching home economics, a little English and CRE, but mainly home economics. Yeah, so later on I took an early retirement. I really like baking, so I decided no. Yes. So in 2010 I took early retirement, and I decided that I'm going to just do foods. I do catering and I do cakes, and I also mainly I train. Yeah, since I'm a teacher by profession, I train in my house. And during school holidays, I get all the children around, and I train them how to make little things, because I also want them to learn. The way I started at a tender age, I even have a child as young as 7 years. Yeah.
Let me ask you something, and this is to all of you, because you say you started this when you were young, 9, 6. Does that mean Kerigo doesn't have a chance to, become the most amazing baker in the planet?
Because she's only 16, yeah?
Yeah, because I'm only 16, clearly you guys had a head start.
You are still young.
Yeah. Among the people I train, I also train women. I've trained somebody who's also much older than me, and now she's into the cake business. She's supplying cakes. By the way, I come from diaspora. Ongata Rongai
Ongata massive.
Yes, I love that place. I don't want to say it. So I train ladies, I train housewives, I train even people who are working and they come on Saturdays, and some of them have become even better than me. Yeah, they're better than me, and we like it as teachers when your students
become better. Yeah. Gilbert, there's something you wanted to say?
I think it's about the person's passion, not when you started. It's good when you start early, then you develop and you learn. But the advantage now is that you have the internet. You have a lot of exposure. More people want cake as opposed to then when cake was
a reserve for the
who's and who's and such. So you can have more time to practice. There's more equipment in the market. There's more. You can learn things faster now. There are schools that can teach, and if you have a passion to do something, even though you are 50, you will. I remember when I was doing my masters, I was with master people who are 65, and I'm wondering,
at what point
sit down and rest. But he had a passion, and he would become #1 in class.
Okay, so I guess it's passion.
Kerigo, I think you should come to Jebers. Ukitoka hapo utakuwa better than me.
Okay, I think that's a country for leadership trainers.
Ukiingia pale kutoka utakuwa better than me.
Okay, so this is a passion-driven industry.
Yes. But wait, it's not as easy as people think. There's this mentality, it's flour and sugar, and so people come in with that passion. I want to learn. Like sometimes you take in interns, after 2 days they say this is too much work, I stood for too long. You have to have passion and ready to go the extra mile.
Challenges you face in this industry, and anyone can start. Challenges you face. I mean, like you said, one of them I think is standing. I think I'd feel there on day one. But what are some of the challenges, and it's across to you guys? What are some of the challenges you face?
We have a lot of challenge with Kenya Power.
Electricity.
Sometimes you have your cake in the oven and then the power goes off. So I trust my Juakali Jiko more. The one I use charcoal. I trust it more than my electrical.
Okay.
Electricity actually is
the biggest challenge for you as a baker. Okay. Supplies.
Supplies. One of the things which I've noticed that most of the supplies are focused on in the country on making breads. We don't do for cakes. So like you'll find our margarine is yellow instead of white. So it comes quite challenging. So at times we encourage the producers of such producers to consider that the cake industry is growing.
Really, did you know that cake needs white margarine?
I was just about to ask.
Yes. Because it's just yellow that they put in.
Wait, so ngoja. So nikiwa nyumbani I can't use your yellow. We won't mention the name because hamujatulipa. I can't use yellow margarine to make which one is the best?
No, you can use yellow margarine, but if you want a very pure white cake, the yellowness gives it reduces on the whiteness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Naturally, you're supposed to use butter.
Yes.
Alternatively, we may use butter.
Yes,
Yeah.
but butter is so expensive.
Yes, in the country.
Yeah.
Patrick is looking very overwhelmed by this whole...
Yeah, it's because nowadays cakes are just amazing. When you look at them, you start salivating. When you're still gonna grow up, cake is going to something brownish.
Marble cake,
na vitu
na fruit cake.
Squeeze cheki. Kasa hivi hapa hivi anaitwa nani the first? Sophia the first. Very cool. I mean, isn't it Vitazikuanga Day too? So, what is it that actually did inspire or perhaps prompt bakers like you to come up with this kind of design?
Oika siku hizi keki si keki peke yake, ati jaza a design, jaza round cake, jaza square cake. Watoto wanataka themed cake. Kama ukiona ni Winnie the Pooh, ukiona ni Sophia the First, napata mwingine anataka Ben 10. So wataka hiyo cartoon things kwa sababu saa teknolojia imekuwa iko juu sana. So hizi vitu wanaona kwa Disney ndio wanataka zikwe kwa keki. So lazima game yetu pia tu iko juu.
Na hizo wimbo unaweza zikula.
It's edible.
Yeah.
Okay.
So tunaweza shambulia hizi
na kisi.
Hii ni custom.
Wewe unajua kwamba
alafu unapata kama huu dem hapa hivi. Senye umepelekea mtu hii is it ana feel more at home, ana feel more appreciated than kama ungempelekea tu keki ya kawaida. Reactions zinakuangaje
kabisa. Utapata watu wengine wasema hiyo keki isikatwe, isivuzwe. Kama unapata kani McQueen hata anataka kukaria sijui ile ni McQueen atakukaria. Sasa hata inakuwa futa ni kuvute. Wazazi tukate tusikate. Sasa hiyo tunataka ku
after hapa mama, unaona hii mambo ya kutengeneza keki the next level itakuwa gani?
The next level after baking the cake.
No. After sunona kulikuwa na the kawaida cake, ones and just basic.
Alafu kwa tu black forest
kuja ni mambo na themed cakes, cartoons and characters. Unaona ni kai tenda the next level?
Yeah, I don't know what to say because nowadays everybody wants everything pop. So maybe you come up with some technology where you just press tick.
because how long does it take to come up with something like that?
Something like this, yeah.
No, the molded one. How long?
Like a day.
Like a day, yeah.
Even 3 days.
Even 3 days, depending on the design. So like you're saying, Pap, now we just need a technology. You
There's
that. There's also, let's talk about the factor, of pricing of cakes. Over the years, you could get a slice for 20 bob, 30 bob. Now you're getting a slice for 250, 300 shillings. When there are those who say cakes have become so expensive, I'm sure you encounter the same thing where Kirigo wants a cake and you tell her what you want here is going to cost you 4,000 shillings.
Yeah.
And I startle. Maybe you can explain to us why the rising cost when it comes to cakes.
I think one, the economy. I think we just had a budget, things are going up, fuel is going to go up, so things will go up. But also two, I think the industry is growing. People are realizing it's a profession. It's not just a part-time thing you do. Yeah. If I want to earn a living in this, I have to ask myself, how can I price it for me to survive? Okay, then secondly, ingredients are expensive. Cream in itself, a half a liter is 500 shillings minimum. So if you want to use a cake like this, you're using 2. So I can't charge you 1,000 and I'm already using 600 on fuel.
Yeah.
I mean on cream. It's those things. The ingredients are expensive in themselves. So you have to pass it on.
And also just in terms of ingredients, there's somebody who's asking, at BCA Mary is asking, ask them if you can bake a cake without sugar. Because I'm concerned about diabetic people.
Yes, we do. We do bake cakes without sugar for diabetic patients.
Actually, without gluten, without.
Yeah.
Now we have alternatives.
Yes.
Because there are those who don't take eggs. There are those who don't take sugar. Okay.
And that's the reason why they're expensive, because we take time to do research and understand what can, because there are different different recipes to cater for different people, so that you can have the cake.
Okay. Yeah. Speaking of pricing, we'd want to know roughly, how much each cake. So how much would this cost? What size is this?
Half kg.
Half kg. Yeah. This is a blueberry cake.
Yes.
So how much would this cost?
1,000.
1,000 shillings. And I guess it's because blueberries are very expensive as well. So and there must be loads in there. Then there's this
fruit cake.
A fruit cake. How many?
2 kgs. Costing 3,200.
3,200. Yeah. Okay. Gilbert.
This is blueberry, and it's 2.7, 1 kilo.
Okay. All right.
This one is my own recipe. It's called Orange Forest. It's got a lot of cream, as you can see, and fresh fruit, very expensive fruits here. But this week I'm just going to sell these 2 kilograms at 3,200.
Okay. Yeah. That's it.
In vanilla tutti frutti, 2.5 kgs.
And Sophia the First.
Yeah, Sophia the First. Cost for 6,000. This coconut orange, we need the Pooh and Friends, is 3 kgs. Goes for 7,200.
Interesting. But again, when you look at what has been the time they've put in to create that, then it only makes sense.
And then I'm looking at the longevity or durability before it goes bad. What time frame are we looking at? How many days can it last before it goes bad?
5 days.
5 days.
Yeah.
This is 5 days, not refrigerated.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, the cake festival is happening this weekend, and we'll get into that. But then, I want to understand: is the notion changing that baking is no longer a hobby and it's now becoming a business? Is that notion changing?
Actually, yes. I've had many clients and friends and people coming and asking me, "I want to leave work, my job, because I want to focus on baking."
Yeah.
And that's when you tell them, baking is not the one you bake in the house for the evening for friends and you sit down, because now you're dealing with customers. You have to change your shift and mindset of how you're going to be dealing with that. So there's a view in which people are realizing that the food industry, and the cake especially, is a viable venture. And yeah.
Okay. Phyllis Raburu, you can venture into it.
I can use an about tutorial.
Yeah. One day.
If it's now transforming into a business, perhaps audiences out there would want to know, what does it take for one to venture into this business? What do you need for you to say that I'm now in the business of cake baking?
Yeah. First of all, you have got to have the passion.
Yes.
Yeah, because if you don't have the passion, you'll give up very easily. Because it's a lot of hard work. Sometimes we stay up the whole night. The whole house is sleeping, dead asleep, and you're working. So if you don't have the passion to drive you, just forget about the cake business. Don't just look at the money like now this one is 3-2. You have to have the passion.
Gilbert, when it comes to investment, I mean, how much capital do you need for you to venture into this business?
Let me just assume on the lower side, let me take 300K. 300,000. At least to start, and that's assuming you're starting very small.
Yeah.
Very small, because basically a simple oven is 70K, mixer 70K, fridge 70K. So that's already to 10.
Yes.
I'm going to start with my cow oven.
I think you can start with your cow oven. I started with my cow oven, the Jiko one. And I grew up slowly. Of course, I won't hit it so fast. Yes. But you can see, don't be discouraged because you don't have a lot of money. Just start with whatever little money that you have. Yeah.
So it is passion and patience.
Yeah, passion and patience. Yeah, slowly. Yeah.
Passion.
But if you have the money, you'll be better off starting what you
passion, patience, and the money. Yeah. So besides the passion, patience, and the money, what else might you need, the lady at the end?
Like a push. Like you need to know what to do.
Okay.
I need to know what I'm doing.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not just baking cakes.
Yes.
I need to have a reason as to why I'm baking cakes. Factor in with passion as well. You know, you need to know why you're doing it for you to be able to then see the benefits, I guess.
Yes.
And labor, wafanyikazi wa kawaida, una need waseka ngapi hivi useme mimi niko bie kuroll?
Kuna inategemea na ile kazi iko. So unaweza pata kama kuna keki kama hizi kwa siku kuna keki kama 5. Of course tani ndiwase kama watatu hivi ama wanne, ndio kukaa kuna maybe wawili wa kubake then watatu wa kudecorate. Yeah, na ni diwase.
Now, if you got to design cake, does it need skills, extra skills apart from the techniques when it comes to mixing?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Actually, you don't stop learning. I've been baking for 30 years now, since I was small, and it keeps on evolving and changing. People are asking for a cake with the shape of this. So you have to now, your technique of icing this and that are two different things. So you have to study, you have to understand, you have to ask around, you have to research, but you can know how to produce something like this. Camera.
Or my shoe.
Can we go talk about the cake festival?
Yes, that's happening, and we are joined in studio. Come in, please. You can stand next to us. Thank you very much. And maybe Patrick, you can speak to them. They can introduce themselves.
Okay. Hapa hivi katikati. We'll try and
yes, let me also move. Mom, can you just push a little bit?
Out of Katasi, just begin by introducing yourself.
Okay, my name is Christine Rubera, and I'm a student and a beneficiary of EduMed. That's supported by the Cake Festival. I go to school at Wellesley College in Massachusetts, so I'm here to be with my helper or my boss partner, helping me to go to school in high school. I went to the Kenya High School.
Okay, yeah. Thank you very much. And the gentleman?
Thank you. My name is Charles Njoroge. I'm the CEO of EduMed Trust, and we are the people behind the Cake Festival, which is one of our fundraising initiatives. We are a Kenyan Christian charity that supports bright needy students through secondary education, basically transforming lives and changing destinies for God's glory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. When it comes to the
Sorry, do you like cake? I'm just trying to see how it came about. How we understand that it's a charity kind of thing. Yeah. But do you like cake?
Absolutely. One of the things that we do, we raise our support mainly from normal individual Kenyans, people who give on a monthly, quarterly, half yearly, and we also get from churches, corporates, but we also do our own fundraising initiative. And one of the things that we tell people is that you can partner with us in many ways. One of the ways you can give us is share ideas. And so we had a baker who was one of our partners, somebody who supports us, said, can I give you an idea? Instead of giving you a one-off check, let me give you an idea that can keep giving, if you like. And that's where the genesis of the Cake Festival began.
Okay, and what is Cake Festival all about?
Well, the Cake Festival is really an experience. It's truly a unique event here in Kenya, actually within the region, probably on the continent, that we're able to gather together. For example, for this year, over 70 bakers who come to showcase that which is edible, the kind of creations that you've seen here this morning, and others. And people come to sample them and begin to get a good experience in terms of just the cakes that are available in the market, the kind of career that they can take, the kind of businesses that they can begin, especially in the baking industry and the pastry area. But beyond that, it's also about transforming lives, because the proceeds of the festival come to EduMed Trust, and we are then able to support bright needy students through secondary education, giving them a platform to then move on and realize their dreams, such as Christine here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that means Keriwo can come for the Cake Festival that's happening this weekend, and we'll be able to purchase a few cakes, right?
Yes, absolutely. There is not just sampling cakes. We have a lot of our bakers here. There's a certain number of cakes that they have to bring, different kinds. And but beyond that also, they're also able to bring cakes for purposes of purchasing. There's also a lot of entertainment during the festival. It's a real festival, right? So we have bands, we have Kids Zone. We are holding it at the Kenya Wildlife Service headquarters, KWS at Langata Road. Therefore, we're also partnering with Kenya Wildlife Service, those who want to go and see the lion. Yes, this will also be a great opportunity. They're giving discounts for those of us who will be attending the Cake Festival.
Okay. I see Willis has gone into his...
just like the wedding, mtu anaendanga kwa koti and tuone pale utaweka hapa na tikiti. Now there are more, so this is just two, but there are more. We have to give away 4 tickets for you to go to the Cake Festival. So let me understand first of all, so that we can put this in perspective. Nikiwa na hii ticket, nikiingia nakula kabisa. Is there like a limit?
What happens is once you buy the ticket, right, and once you enter into the festival, you sample as many cakes as you want from all those bakers who are there, including all the ones who are here, Abby, Phyllis, Moody, Joy Bells. All of them will be there. They've been participating in the Cake Festival. This is the 7th edition, and it's an opportunity and a half to come and really, it's a good family fun day, wholesome family fun day, and you can eat as much cake as you do good. We say a sweet approach to supporting Bright Needy students.
Okay, when is it happening? You said the venue is at the KWS headquarters.
Yes.
But when is it happening?
It's happening this Saturday, the 11th of June, 2016. Gates open at 10 until 4 p.m. Tickets are available on ticketsasa.com and also at Uchumi outlets, mainly the Hypers, but also Aga Khan Walk and Koinange Street, Sarit Center, Langata Hyper, Ngong Road Hyper, Capital Center. So you can get the tickets, advance tickets, which are, because the advance they have a bit of a discount.
Yes.
At for adults is 800, and children is 400. But at the gates you'll be able to buy one at 1,000 bob, or for children 500 shillings. So Willis here is about to save somebody.
Oh yeah, about to save somebody a lot of money. And all you need to do is, if you're an added watcher of the Pub Breakfast, tell us nickname ya Kirigo yenye mimi naigunza tunamitanga. Hiyo tu. That's what we do. Just tell us the nickname we call Kirigo using the hashtag Pub Breakfast on Twitter, and tikiti itakuwa yako from 10 to 4. Utaenda ukule ushibe keki kama hizi. Nimesikia hata kuna blueberry, blackberry, blueberry
orange forest.
Yes, all of them. So
atume hiyo jina
tunamita. How do you call the nickname that we have christened Kirigo? Hata tunapata
all the best. Christine, can we talk to you? Do you enjoy baking?
I do.
You do?
I do.
Is this something you want to do in future?
No. I just do it for to eat the cake because it's good, and also because it's a fun hobby to have, and it's fun to do with friends too. So that's all it is to baking.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
All right.
Now I think it's time to dig in.
Oh yeah.
Do you want me to bring you a nice?
Tafadhali niletee.
Nasa atume hiyo jina jo. Msemaji atakuwa kwanza kupeana the correct name. Tutaisoma hapa na kamizi matiko.
Oh yes.
Wili sanga kucheki mtandao.
Yes, na cheki mtandao. Meanwhile, Abby, you were saying something about
Yes, I just want to appeal to the public. Having been a teacher in the high school for the last almost 30 years, there are a lot of needy students in our secondary schools especially. That's all I know, the secondary schools. So I'm appealing to all of us to support this cause, because it doesn't matter which school. I've taught in Kenya High School, I've taught in Ololua, in Ngong, I've taught in Ongata Rongai, I've taught the big schools and the small schools. The problem is the same. There are many students. And when you see teachers rioting around, don't think they are very bad people. They need the money, because we sponsor a lot of students in the staff room. You know, when you see this child is really needy, you can't just let them go like that. They're being sent away. So the teachers, we come together, and it's all the staff rooms in all the schools I've taught in. There are always students being sponsored by the teachers. So give teachers more money. They're doing a very good job. So remember the teachers.
Alright, okay, let me get the question. So we need to win a pair of to win tickets. Yes, I have 4 tickets to give away. So for you to win a ticket, all you need to do is answer one simple question. What is the nickname that Patrick Gunza and I, what nickname do we call Kirigo Ngarwa? That's all you need to do. Now then on ukule keki, you sample cakes from 10 to 4 on Saturday. So get cracking as we are about to start eating.
Your design is about to melt, so do you want us to start there?
Yeah, start on ice.
Okay, here's a nice fish.
Thank you very much indeed.
You not hold a knife?
Yeah, he's just, well, he knows how to cut it. He's so overwhelmed.
Help me cut it.
He's so overwhelmed.
Naomba sauce, cake sauce.
Hiya, Basi. We're coming to the end of the Power Breakfast show for this morning. We want to say thank you for joining us. Hoping that you've been informed, educated, entertained. Oh, there is the orange for it.
Yes. And the letter is
I see it. Really? Okay, here's a fork.
Okay.
Because they're the one who tastes.
Folks, so we can. Even though it's trying to derail me. Okay, so watch it to my feedback. Okay, we'll just say the people who they are.
The person.
The tickets now, because there are so many answers that have come in.
Yeah, you can mention a few that have.
Okay, so I will have Maina_SR, who I'm a part of your Jibu. Alafu, that's one person. The second person is Tifa Abeid, Tifa_Abeid. And then we have the Ingosi, and of course Peshi_E. Our to in there. We will talk right after this, and I'll tell you how you can go ahead and get your tickets. More than you follow on the DM. Yes. And then apparently,
not even told them the name.
Yeah, the name. So I assume with that. 1, 2, 3. Miss Fine, thank you.
Got a blue band, got a peanut butter.
Again.
Your design. The feedback journalism come through Viseri Mary amesema our boys kwa haoba they love Sophia. Thank God ni maboys ningenunua hata keki yake hiyo design. Alafu mwingine hapa anasema the kids have hijacked the remote control because of Sophia. So unacheki venye hizo themed cakes na ama character ina attract for 3 hiyo design. Kofia ni umpa na Sophia ni umpa na swako hasa pa. Tunataka kumanches. After hiyo design hii keki. After it na damage mbaya sana. Hiyo design Willis.
On behalf of Willis Chaburo,
thank you very much. Here you go.
That's what you're trying to say. On behalf of Willis Chaburo, Patrick Ugonza, and myself, and the team that makes this show a success, my name is Kirigo Ngarwa. Wishing you a fantastic Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. You know it's Friday. You know how we do it on the Power Breakfast Show. If you don't, you need to tune in from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. How is the cake, Willis?
The cake is amazing.
Okay.
And my name is Jules Saburi, reminding us always that successful people look like you and the great Manchester United and this cake.
Hiyo design keki pia inaweza sugar nini na nini, lakini kikiwa ngumu hizo ndunya za mtaani alisia sugar kiasi alafu believe inaweza ikaingia tu venye inafaa hiyo design. So that tupige hustle, keki pia zinaweza.